Hello, people of YouTube. My name's Kia. It's nice to have you with me here watching this video today. I wanted to talk about, what it's like and the pressures and struggles of being a multifaceted creative because and if anything in this video you feel applies to you, because it doesn't have to relate to just creativity. It can also relate to being multifaceted in whatever passions you may have. It can still be the same. So, if you can relate, like the video, you know? Anyways. So yeah, let me just get straight into this because this is my second time recording this, and if I record it again, I'm not gonna post it, and that is inherently the problem. Overthinking. So here we go. For people who, and I have notes here. I wrote down all of my notes and bulletin points of topics that I'm gonna go over. Most of these, all of these, not most, all of these apply to me and my current journey. And ultimately, this video is me solving the problem at hand. We're gonna get to it. For people who want to do everything but do nothing, this is that type of video, basically, right? So the core problem, and if you hear a bunch of bumping, that's literally my cat in the background. She's just... Okay. Anyways, the core problem is not confusion on the things that you're into. Like for me, I'm very much into making music and creating films. I inspire to create an experience, but I often get pulled between both of those identities, and it causes me to just do neither because of how passionately I feel about both, and I want to fuse them together. And we'll get into that later because that's what this channel is ultimately gearing up to. But I do this video first. It's not confusion about what the passion is. It has a lot to do with overthinking, fears of choosing wrong, outside pressures or comparisons, heavy on the comparisons, especially with social media and all of that type of stuff. It's really easy to fall into that, but also I try to remember to have that understanding that everybody's journey is not going to be like mine. Everybody doesn't have what I have, and I don't have what everyone else have, and it's like having that mentality, because as a creative, I don't think the same as how they would think. So it really doesn't matter, and I shouldn't compare myself because you're not even trying to go for that anyways. It's just all about the look behind it, right? I'm gonna go into comparisons for a little bit of a tangent of that, because for example, hi mom, if you're watching this, I'm bringing you up. It would be stuff that she sent me of people singing and doing covers or stuff like that, and she's like, you need to do this more and da 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 da. And it's like, I have kind of rejection to that, because the thing is, I love doing covers. I do covers all the time, I just don't post them. We'll get to that. But it's also really just overthinking and over perfectionism instead of just that raw intentionalness, if so be it. So the over polished covers and whatever, and just showcasing my creativity, it has nothing to do with me not having the passion for it. It has to do with the undercurrent fear of how I may be perceived and social dynamics. The fact that everyone close to me will see it. And I don't know. For me, creativity, it's a form of vulnerability for me, because it's hand in hand for how my creativity is. So showcasing it in that way, even if it's something as small as a cover, because I like to just have certain aspects with it. I don't know, if I do a cover, you guys, I really got to be in that moment and I will post it. But 9 times out of 10, it would be a cover with my own little music video and my own little da-da-da-da, because I want to showcase that perspective of how my mind works, if that makes sense. I want to create an entire atmosphere that I feel like is untapped. But anyways, that's my little tangent for that. Next on it would be, like I said, what were we talking about? All of that was overthinking, fears of choosing wrong, outside pressures, and all of that can kind of lead into a decision paralysis. You know what I'm trying to say. It's a blockage. It's an internal blockage. It's not an external blockage. So for me, I live by myself. So there's nothing, I don't got no excuse. I gotta hold me accountable at the end of the day. I can't blame anyone else. Now that it's just me, I have to lock in, you know what I'm saying? Past disappointments affecting motivation. And that's what can lead to what's the point mindsets. What's the point? And it's so crazy because it's an internal conflict. And on the other hand, it's like, no, you need to be expressive. You need to get it out there. But it's like, I'm scared. That's how I was feeling. Wow, I can't believe I'm getting this out on camera. Anyways, this feels so weird. Like, how do YouTubers do this? How do they be doing it? Anyways, we're gonna keep going. I got another YouTube idea too. I'm gonna write them down. Hold on. And y'all better go watch, because this is okay, I'm glad I got that down, because if I didn't, it would have been gone. Anyways, so yes, the overthinking aspects like of what will work, what succeeds the fastest, what won't be a waste of time. The thing is, we got to go through it. And that also applies to entrepreneurship. Trying out different things. What businesses work, what businesses doesn't. It's like, it's so, because like you don't know what you want to do with all that. That's a whole nother topic, but for real, it's just a lot. It's just a lot, you guys. It's all in my head. And I hope I am getting this out to where like, and communicating this in a way y'all understand. Because I know my conversation be all over the place. But yeah, and then like, ultimately it being identity thing. Like I was saying before, the fact that everyone can see it and push off that perception. Just thinking about it, it's making me cringe a little bit. But you know what? F the cringe. Be cringy, guys. Be cringy. Do it. Nobody cares. You don't know how I know nobody cares? I'm 20 years old. I live alone in East Atlanta. I pay all my bills by myself. Ain't nobody paying attention to y'all for real. With people, like, especially with haters, well, some people are like obsessive haters. That's a whole different thing. But like, if someone says something or like, oh, this cringy AF or whatever, they go about their day and they live their miserable lives. At least you're trying. At least you're trying. You know what? I sat down and I created this video. I don't give a fuck how cringy it is. Because you know what? You're not making videos. You're not trying. I don't see you trying. You can stay comfortable in your little, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the heck? That's just the vibes, guys. And I think like I was saying, back to identity, I feel like I've always studied celebrity culture and stuff like that growing up. So I always felt like as a celebrity, I would want my identity to be very, how do I say this? Private. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even know every aspect of me. But at the same time, me getting on this camera right now, you still don't know every aspect of me. And that's okay. And I see that right now as I'm doing that. That's a realization I just had. See, we're doing God's work. I feel y'all through the game. It became that kind of transitions, because I got like arrows going down. That transitions into a always in possibility mode, always planning mode. Ultimately, avoidance disguised as planning. Heavy on that. That's like all me all day. Especially like the arguments I would have with my mom about my creativity. Oh. No, she was right. She was right, because the thing is, like, I was being avoidant. I did have that rejection to that, you know. It's fear based. It totally hits home. And you know, I'm only, like I said, I'm only 20 years old. My frontal lobes are not fully developed yet. So I'm taking this initiative to restart some of my thinking patterns, to further better myself as I get older. Because I got to do it now. I got to do it now. That's a whole nother video. I got so many video ideas, y'all. So ultimately, what do we learn from this? Instead of all of that, take the initiative to choose to take action. This is what this video is. Me choosing to take action. And that can apply to you in different ways. Different ways. Choose to take action. Shift your perspective. Don't wait for clarity to build. It will build through consistency. Because waiting for clarity, it's not going to come sitting and watching TV. It's literally also, if you see all of that in the background, I have Euphoria playing in the background, just letting it play. Because I'm not rewatching season 1. That's done. I'll rewatch season 2, but I'm not. I've seen season 1 over and over again so many times. Y'all know it's finna come out. Ooh, maybe I should make a video about that too. Dang it. Do I have ADHD? We all got it. Shift your perspective. Don't look for clarity without action. The action is what gives you clarity in what needs to be done regarding those overthinking patterns, especially the ones of what will work, what succeeds the most. You have to actually actively try for it to work. So, and receive feedback. It's okay to just do it and ask for feedback. Some people like to give unsolicited advice. It's up to you whether to take it or not. It really don't matter. And honestly, I'm trying to apply my "this is all the Matrix, nothing really matters" attitude to this, because what do you mean? That's my favorite line. This is the Matrix. That's my favorite line. I can apply that to this. I can get over my fears. Because this don't matter. I'll be dead and gone one day. And I got to create my legacy. So I can't sit around and wait for it to be created. It don't work like that. So, like I said, the antithesis of this video is that this is me taking action and creating the world that I want to live in for myself. And I would like to suggest, if you guys do feel like this resonates, do the same thing. You don't have to make a YouTube video, but take the action. Do the thing. And the thing was, I've been thinking about doing videos. I was like, I don't know what I want to do. And that kind of also feeds into the overthinking patterns. Maybe I should do this first or this first. I'm going to do this. I thought about why, and I put it together, and I put my little bulletin together, and I was like, I'm just going to sit and talk. Yapathon episode 1. So, do the damn thing. Okay? Professor Kia, done. Case closed. Do the damn thing. Nike, do it. Okay, I feel like I sound like Kanye right now. But anyways, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, if you feel like it resonates, or if you just want to support, give this video a like, share, comment, please. I love reading comments. It's so funny. Yeah, people are hilarious. Comments are usually 10 times funnier than the actual videos. But this isn't a funny video, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Be interactive. And thank you for watching. And I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.